What's up, my country people, my brother, my sister? Another one done boss again. Oh, my brother, my sister, no be smart, The leader of Operation Dudula had been arrested because they placed a charges upon her you know, because of illegal, they block access to the clinic, resulting to the buy of a 1-year-old child. My brother, my sister, no be small thing oh. This Operation Dudula in South Africa, their leader has been arrested and they have been charged her for a criminal charge. Because how can you go and block a clinic and that leads to the result of a 1-year-old child that just gone like that? Because they need all the foreigner to have documented, have a passport before you can enter any clinic or any hospital. So when this little girl, a 1-year-old child that brought to the hospital, they block the entrance, they block the way, and this has led to the death of the child in the clinic. So because of this, the South Africa law have taken, charge of this, and they have already arrested the leader of, Operation Dudula. Right now, she is in police custody. Our lady girl should watch the video and tell me what you think about this Operation Dudula, whether what they are doing is right or is wrong. Because if truly that what they are doing is for the safety of the citizen of South Africa, at least they could have allowed that little girl, that 1-year-old little girl that just gone like that, to attend to to the clinic nurse or doctor to attend to her. But because of their protests, they didn't let that little girl, they didn't let the nurse or the doctor to attend to the little girl, and that has led to the death of that little child. I will let you guys watch the video. Leave your comment in the comment section and tell me what you think.
Now, in the High Court in Johannesburg today, several civil society groups are taking legal action against Operation Dudula. They're accusing this group and some of its leaders of spreading hate speech and targeting migrants. The organizations also say government officials have failed to act against Operation Dudula's actions, which they believe is fueling division and discrimination in the country. For more on this story, let's bring in senior reporter Kenny Mapanga, who joins us now live from Johannesburg. And Kenny, what exactly are these civil society groups asking the courts to do here?
Indeed. Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. Well, essentially what we're seeing today is the second part of this twofold application that began in 2023, where you see these public interest organizations, that is Kopanang Africa Against Xenophobia, as well as Abahlali Basemjondolo and others, coming to courts to hold Operation Dudula to account for their conduct that they have displayed over the years towards foreign nationals, which these public interest organizations are arguing that it is the targeting of migrants. Now, what is sought here by these particular applicants, Ayanda, is that they are seeking an order in this substantive application which would halt Operation Dudula from performing certain conduct. So from going to hospitals or other public facilities and asking foreign nationals not to use those services, whether it be approaching persons that they deem to be foreign nationals and asking them to present their documentation, whether it be dressing in that military regalia and performing functions that these applicants state is exclusively the mandate of law enforcement officials. They want to put a stop to all of that conduct conduct which they state is the targeting of migrants in South Africa. It not only extends to Operation Dudula alone, however, these applicants are also asking the courts to issue out an order that would compel organs of state and the South African government, such as South African police services, to reasonably investigate complaints made against members of Operation Dudula and to investigate the conduct that the applicants are charging as unlawful before the High Court. Essentially, if they receive this order, Ayanda, then it means that organizations such as Operation Dudula cannot take the law into their own hands and approach foreign nationals, asking them to produce their documentation or stopping them from accessing some of these health facilities that are open to all who live in South Africa, and other conduct which we've seen in the public domain. Now, we know, Ayanda, that Operation Dudula identifies itself as an organization that is strongly opposed to undocumented migrants and criminality in South Africa, and we have seen several incidents involving this particular group. However, these public interest organizations are saying that it is now up to the courts to hold them accountable for their conduct and to halt them from performing these functions that they have given themselves in the public towards foreign nationals. So we expect that this hearing will begin at 10 a.m. this morning. Like I've said earlier, Ayanda, this is a substantive application. So this is the portion that seeks a final order against Operation Dudula and organizations alike to ensure that migrants are able to effectively utilize the rights that they are afforded in South Africa, as well as have access to the many facilities that we have in South Africa that are also extended to foreign nationals that may be living, working or studying in South Africa.
Right, we'll watch how all of
Opanang Africa Against Xenophobia's legal action against Operation Dudula kicked off on Tuesday, with the applicants laying their arguments bare before the High Court judge in Johannesburg.
Operation Dudula has followed a common modus operandi. It begins with, and we set this out in paragraph 28 of our Headsman Order, it begins with inciting hatred on public platforms, either gatherings or on social media, blaming foreigners for all sorts of social ills. It then convenes gatherings, if it hasn't already done so, which ratchet up that conduct and are aimed at threatening and harassing foreign nationals. And what follows, my lord, is all of the conduct that I've then highlighted. Chasing people away from hospitals, threatening schools, evicting people or threatening their eviction, removing traders from stalls or threatening to do so, threatening shops, and further acts of violence, intimidation, harassment.
One of the local human rights groups, Section 27, detailed the allegations against Operation Dudula.
Operation Dudula violated migrant persons' rights, particularly the right to health care and the right to education. That's evident from the papers, and a declaration must be made by this court to that effect. The focus in this regard, my lord, is to the right to healthcare and the right of access to education. Pardon me, the right of access to healthcare services and the right to education. And the reason for that is because those are the programmatic areas within which Section 27 operates. But this is not to say, my lord, that these are the only rights that have been violated by Operation Dudula. The founding affidavit has a plethora of violations of human rights by Operation Dudula.
The matter has also attracted international human rights organizations. The International Commission of Jurists says South Africa has international obligations on human rights matters. They argued that the government has not lived up to its own commitments.
This court ought to find that, in line with the submissions, the state has failed in its international law obligations and its constitutional obligations as it pertains to protecting the rights of non-citizens or preventing the discrimination on the basis of status and origin.
South African government departments will make their representations and legal arguments on Wednesday. Operation Dudula was not represented in court and will not be participating in the litigation process. The movement said it will announce its next step on Wednesday. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Ziniko Mhlaba in Johannesburg.
My country people, you have watched the video. You have seen what they call they are saying right now, because right now they are planning to stop this Operation Dudula in South Africa, because this Operation Dudula have caused a lot of harm in South Africa. I know that they are fighting for freedom, they are fighting, for foreigner to go. They don't want to see any foreigner in their country. But the way they are going about it is getting out of hand. And this has caused so many life, you know. So the South Africa citizen and also the South Africa government have come together to make sure that they have put an end to this Operation Dudula in South Africa. If today is your first time tuning to my channel, you're welcome. Please always do it to like, share, comment, and also subscribe so that whenever I upload any video, you get notification from my 10 subscriber. I see and every one of you from my 10 subscriber. I pray may God bless you. In this channel, I brought you the latest news concerning Africa, what is going on around Africa. Always stay tuned on this channel to always bring to you, the latest update. And leave your comment in the comment section.